me have the pleasure of inviting the youngest person of Noni Search 2014, Mr. Lakshmanan, first to share his experience of using Divine Noni. Please give him a big hand of welcome. He is 93 years young.
Noni morning, Noni afternoon, Noni evening. I convey my gratefulness to the founder of this great organization, WNRF, to the chairman of the biotech, and to Dr. Kadam, the president of the International Noni Science, my very great, lovable personality, Dr. Kirti Singh, whom I had the pleasure and privilege of having known long time back in our capital of our country, namely Bharat, in New Delhi. Now, esteemed August, in the august presence of these esteemed gathering of great academicians, people who have occupied high and respectable positions in different parts of our country, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, இந்த இடங்கள் எல்லாத்துலேயும் இது வந்த அனைத்து brothers and sisters, இது ஒரு பெரிய வாய்ப்பு, பெரிய கிடைக்காத ஒரு அரிய சந்தர்ப்பம். என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கையில் ஒரு towards the evening of life, as they say, one foot near the grave, as they say, இம்மாதிரி ஒரு வைபவத்தில் கலந்து கொண்டு to share my little experience with you all. Sir, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. ஸோ எப்படி இருக்குது, இப்போ நல்லா இருக்கா இது அப்படின்னா, மைசூர் பாக்கு நல்லா இருக்கா, இது நல்லா இருக்கான்னு சாப்பிட்டு பாருங்க கொஞ்சம், like that. Now about 5.5 years before, if I am not very wrong, at one of the farmers meeting, farmers in the sense all people, landed gentries with a large chunk of land, and then workers, different income groups. In one of that, near about Chennai, Madras, former Madras, at Viluppuram, by chance when I attended that meeting of farmers and others for some crop production techniques, this and that, I just heard from a friend of mine, Sir, Noni, at one of the stalls there, Noni. That's the first time I heard. Say about 5.5 or 6 years before. Then after the end of the meeting, I took the bottle of 800 ml Noni. Then I thought what it was. I haven't heard at all as a horticultural graduate or agriculture graduate, or even in botanical botany in my intermediate, in my graduation course. I haven't heard of this Morinda. Morinda tinctoria I have known from my boyhood, because I come from an agricultural family in the deltaic district of Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu. So now, having known this Divine Noni, what it is, I started Though I didn't have so far in my life, having had an active life, I didn't have any of specific ailments, except for the fact that I am constitutionally thin, not very fat or obese. So I started taking that. And then while in service, after service time, after retirement, it just looked to me, after a month or so, something very unusual, that as if I have picked up something very good, extraordinarily. Little more activity. Of course, I am an early riser as a farming, as a son of a farmer, from an agricultural family and all, 5:30. So the suggestion was take it early, take it in the morning on an empty stomach, all that in a warm water. So அது சாப்பிட ஆரம்பிச்சது. அதுலேருந்து a little more of enthusiasm, a little more of aggressive tendency in the sense that you go about your routine, meet about people, and morning or evening or even in the early part of the night, there was very little of inactivity or what you feel. You didn't feel very much of that you were tired very early, this and that. No, there was a little more of enthusiasm and a little more of energy, extra energy I felt. The one important thing I observed was that I didn't want to be irregular in usage. So early morning, say between 5:30 to 6:30 or even before 7, I used to have this noni, from which practice I never wavered, or it was not waived. So that did me a lot of benefit. And many people asked, எப்படி சார் எப்படி என்ன இவ்வளவு இதாக இருக்கீங்களே போகிறீங்களே என்ன ஏஜ் தனியாக போகிறீங்களே, you are going at your age, going to distant places alone without any help. What about your vision, or what about your gait and what not? Along with this noni, of course, I have a little practice of jai walking, or what you call morning walk, all that, and then a little of exercise. Of course, modified version of hatha yoga. Some of the exercises like, having good, to have good blood circulation, all the exercises. And then, of course, as far as food is concerned, I was very, very, very choosy. No amount of excess of wanting to have more of jalebi or rasgulla or nothing. So very little of white sugar sweetmeats I used to take, because as a student of biology, I know in my family there was this the sugar diabetes. These days they call two different versions, 3 different. So I was very keen, even from my middle age, not to indulge in much of sweets made from white sugar, though a little more of this jaggery and all, or even this palmyra crystals, that was all good. So இது என்ன ஆச்சுன்னு கேட்டால்னா, it put me, I thought that was my second life in my retired life. I thought everyone, எப்படி sir, what is the secret of your this thing? I used to say, secret is to maintain balance and not to exceed in anything, overindulgence, to be very balanced in all your, not only your diet, but also your speech, your going about, in your daily routine, as also taking this noni regularly. Now, as far as I am concerned, I am perfectly satisfied. Now, I want to 2 minutes I will take. I've got having been born in a village in a large joint family. I have lots of relatives in my own state as well as. And not only that, in my service, wherever I was the head of a department of allied to agriculture, horticulture, for about 4 years in Tamil Nadu. Of course, a long time back. It's going to be, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be more than quarter of a century since I retired from service. Now, having known this benefit of this Noni, I began to take it as a small, my little sharing the pleasures of life. So, my large circle of relatives, 4 years before, I want to say, one of my granddaughters of my elder brother, she's today alive. She has 22 years of dental surgeon in my place. Now she was obese. So I said, Dr. Vidya, let me give you this product, please. So I gifted her. She started from the second month. She began to be little more slim, and சித்தப்பா இப்போ எனக்கு அவ்வளவு வெயிட் இல்லை, எனக்கு நிறையா ஆக்டிவாக இருக்குது. நான் இந்த ரூட் கெனால் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் பண்ணும்போதெல்லாம் எனக்கு முன்னாடி எல்லாம் ரொம்ப 2-3 times, 2-3 patients having attended and doing this dental surgery, I used to feel very tired. Now I am able to, in a day, in a week, she takes it, this root canal, weekly once. In a day where I was treating 4-5 patients, now I am able to go even up to 8 patients. அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு ஒரு இது இருக்கு. So she began. Her husband also a little obese. That is genetically. So he also started. Now both of them today, they are very fine. Now one more thing I want to say as far as Divine Noni is concerned, to which I was initially exposed. Of course I came to know subsequently after 4 years. There are other companies producing this Noni juice, pure juice, 1 or 2 having known at first hand from Tiruchirappalli, they were even exporting. That was only pure Noni juice. Now I told Dr. Vidya, why don't you try this also? She said, Chitava, all right, I'll try. After 1 or 2 months, she said, Kudihal, you know, the foot, I have some pain. I wish I stop that, Chitava. Let me get Divine Noni. 2 weeks after that, same Noni juice, that was pure juice by some other firm, of course not spurious or any such thing. असली तो था, नकली नहीं था, फिर भी compared to. So she said after 3 weeks of taking Divine Noni again, she said, Chitapa, Divine Noni, இதுதான் எனக்கு நல்லா பிடிக்கிறது. என் ஹஸ்பண்டும் அதான் சொல்கிறேன், டாக்டர் கிருபாநிதி. That was one. 2 years before, ladies and gentlemen, in place called Kunur, on the Nilgiris district.
Sir, 1 minute please.
One more instance. Why I am saying this is about that. I have got to say as an old man, please forgive esteemed people on the session. A mother of 3 lady who is a postgraduate in the field of horticulture, MSc. She was the assistant director of horticulture, hailing from Kanyakumari. And I visited Nilgiris, and I went along with another friend. Somehow the topic turned, sir, I want to share one small thing with you. I was suffering a great deal through this monthly, heavy discharge of blood, this and that. I had spent nearly 1.5 to 2 lakhs over a period of 8 to 9 months. I have not got any cure. One day, one of the watchmen of that place said, told me, அம்மா என்னமோ நோனி என்னமோ இருக்கா, அதை சாப்பிட்டு பாருங்களேன்னு அந்த வாட்ச்மேன் சொன்னா. நான் சரின்னு விட்டு அதனுடைய அட்ரஸை இது பண்ணி இந்த மெட்ராஸில் சென்னையிலேருந்து டிவைன் நோனியை வாங்கி சாப்பிட்டேன். சார், பிலீவ் மீ, ஒரு மாசத்துல எனக்கு எல்லாம் I became all right. So that was a story which I heard most from unexpected quarters. So what I say, like that a number of cases I have come across. So leaving alone my own.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everybody. All the best.
Please give him a hand of appreciation, please, for sharing his experience.
Thank you very much, sir.